Okay, today we'll be starting with Ling Tong's bond conversations.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting. It may be a bit sudden, but I hoped we could test each other's mettle. Well, yes, I know. But I could not let the opportunity pass. So, will you take up my challenge? I won't take no for an answer. Wait! You're like a blur. Well, how about this? I'm sorry. Have mercy. I'll get you next time. You must have undergone some intense training to be able to fight like that, huh? And here I thought you a mere sellsword. Well, you certainly put me in my place. I now see why my father insisted I fight you. But I'm forgetting my manners. I'm Ling Tong, son of Ling Cao, a vassal of Lord Sun Tzu. You have heard of me? You know my father, at least. Now, I suppose you're wondering why I'm here. The other day, my father and I rode out to hunt for bandits, and I admit, I became rather carried away. Yet, I refused to admit any mistakes, and kept talking back to my father. He didn't even scold me for my arrogance. Instead, he told me that I was just a fledgling without sharp talons or keen eyes necessary to truly see the battlefield. Then he said that only once I had both would I come to understand just how little I knew before. Well, he was right, of course. I understand that well enough now. At the very least, I'm not a stubborn fledgling anymore. But I'm grateful we've had this talk. I suppose I'd better go apologize to Father. Until next time, I'd promise not to bore you with my troubles when we next meet.
I actually don't remember if he keeps that promise or not.
Oh, it's you. I'm perfectly fine, before you ask. Well, I answered anyway, just in case. After what happened to Father, and then letting that bastard Gan Ning get away. Everyone just keeps telling me to rest and mourn, but it's not like I can gain any sense of closure after everything that happened. What makes it worse is that I could have stopped it had I been stronger. I mean, if I had your gift for reading the flow of battle, then please, I have to ask before things get any worse. Will you train me? My father respected you. I know you can help me better myself. That's just what I need to hear right now. I'd love to get started right away, but I need to say one thing before we do. It is truly a great relief that you are here with me now. I've come to rely on you more than I had first thought. I hope you'll stay with me. And then perhaps this little fledgling will manage to drag himself out of the mud. Somehow I feel that with you beside me, it isn't so far-fetched that one day I will take flight.
I don't really like or dislike Ling Tong. I'm just choosing the responses I think are funny.
You refuse to fight me? Despite how you look, you're just a coward.
Quit squawking. A fledgling out for blood is still just a fledgling. You're no threat to me. Think about it from my point of view. You could get seriously hurt. And then, what would happen?
What? You just assume you'll be able to beat me? Well, I'll show you.
That's enough. You can't train and argue at the same time. Dan Ning, you come with me before someone really does get hurt. Perfect timing. Look after Ling Tong for me, would you?
I won't put up with being treated like a child for much longer.
Come on, let's go.
He's a fool. He doesn't realize that you just saved his skin.
So, why are you here? Even at a time like this, you cheer me up. You exceed my expectations every time. I trained with you, at my father's behest. Yet this fledgling is no closer to leaving the nest. Whenever I see him, I can't help but consider ending him with some accidental slip of my hand during training. Not to mention, I had grossly underestimated his abilities. Admit it, even you must have grown weary at that stunt I pulled. You do? But how can you, without experiencing what I have? Well, you always have had a capacity for empathy. In any case, would you be willing to beat me into shape, remake me from the ground up? First, I need to establish myself among the others in Wu. I feel it's better to start there than let that bastard distract me. And if I ever get the urge to pick a fight with him again, now I know that I can talk things over with you instead. The fledgling learns to fly in the shadows of his forebearers. Can I count on you to look after me? Until I am strong enough to leave the nest?
Those were actually some pretty short button conversations.
Well, with a battle of such a massive scale, a kingdom-wide strategy can affect its outcome. To that end, a text called The Six Secret Teachings might be of use. I can provide it, if you're interested.
Thank you. I would be most indebted.
Ah, good thing you came when you did. I have just been talking with someone exceptional, not unlike yourself. This man here.
Who, me? I don't think I fit that description at all. Oh, yes. Pardon me. I am Louis Meng. I believe this is the first time we've met.
He is the mightiest of all our young officers, and is also highly talented in matters unrelated to war. Quick-witted, curious, and adept at learning. He's surely the most promising of our newer officers. Although, that said, I'm almost just as new.
You mustn't downplay your achievements, Lord Lu Su. Wu depends on you enormously. If I am to match you, I will have to make great efforts.
So I've never understood in this game why they pronounce Lu Bu and Lu Mong Louis Bu and Louis Mong, but not Lu Su, Louis Su.
Yes, that's the spirit. This kingdom offers plenty of opportunities, no matter whether you're a newcomer or a veteran. Your time will come soon enough, and I, for one, cannot wait to see it. I hope you will give him your support.
I am still a novice, but I do appreciate the encouragement. As a matter of fact, I've already heard so much about you. And I was amazed They say you won the Sun family's trust simply through your own deeds, without anyone to vouch for you.
You have his respect, and he'd like to make you his role model. Isn't that right, Louis Mong?
Lord Lusu!
I'll go
I'm the
with
one
this
who's
one.
embarrassed. I should have asked him to keep that secret. In any case, I intend to continue improving. Even more so now that you've heard that. I hope we can better ourselves together.
I forgot that Lu Xun isn't in this game.
Ah. Great timing. Would you mind talking with me for a moment? You might have already heard, but recently Wu has been gathering new talents. The main reason for this is that we have a new leader and need to ensure our stability. So, I think I'll need to step up. I have a debt to Lord Sun Quan, and I intend to repay it through hard work. I guess I haven't told you. Well, let me explain. When I first started serving the Sun family, I had hardly read anything in my life. Honestly, back then, there were too many things I didn't understand. I was loyal to Wu, but was only able to show it by rampaging across the battlefield. I lacked any kind of wisdom, and one day, I thoughtlessly pursued an enemy too far and ended up wounded. And the first person who scolded me afterward was Lord Sun Quan. He told me that meaningless injury and sacrifice don't amount to loyalty. That I should keep an eye on my surroundings and think about what must be done. I can still remember what he said word for word. He also recommended that I take up studying. That way, I would no longer be unlearned Hmong of Wu, and could instead serve as a distinguished officer who doesn't rely solely on might. I'm only here thanks to Lord Sun Quan, so I vowed to support him using everything I've learned. Or that's my hope. So far, I'm neither smart enough nor strong enough. My goal is still so far away, meaning I haven't a moment to lose. I'm sorry I spoke for so long. I appreciate you sharing your time. However, this has helped me restore my focus. Thank you. It's strange. When I see those eyes of yours, like a dawn sky, I can't help but share my deepest thoughts. I wonder, if I keep on studying, will I be able to figure out why that is?
I hope not.
Louis Meng, you have grown to be one of the pillars of Wu. You were even at the center of our earlier meeting with the officers.
Lord Sun Quan, I am undeserving of such words.
Accept them, for I know this to be true. I will continue to count on you.
Are you hiding back there? Please, come out and talk with me. Well, it's just as you heard. I think my wish to support Lord Sun Quan is now becoming a reality. But being praised by him directly, I could feel the unlearned Hmong in me being flabbergasted. Oh, no, I am. Rather, I'm so happy that it doesn't feel real. But it doesn't mean I can just sit back. Our Lord still faces a veritable mountain of problems. I will continue to serve him with everything I have, but there may be times I come to you for help. I'm sure I can count on you. After all, you are a guardian of peace. Lord Zhou Yu told me. He seems to know a lot about you. By building knowledge and fostering connections wherever we go, we can get a glimpse into the hidden parts of history. That is another benefit of learning. And it's not a bad feeling to know the secret of my role model. Anyway, my efforts have led me here, and that gives me the confidence to continue striving forward. I'm not wrong to do so, am I? After all, it's thanks to you that I've made it this far. I will never stop learning and never stop improving. I will keep going until I see those eyes like the dawn widen in surprise. So all I ask is that you continue watching me.
Sorry for dragging you all the way out here. And you needn't be so formal and polite with me. It was only recently that I joined the Sun clan. That's why I'd like to get to know everyone better. Grow closer. I figured I could start with you. Haha, I can see your guard's up. You can relax, though. I've just taken an interest in you. The Sun clan's roar has been heard throughout the land as of late. Lord Zhou Yu cited your service as a great contribution to such advances. So, I'd like to hear why you joined up with the Sun clan. And don't skimp on the details, please. Perhaps you and I are similar, having entrusted Lord Xuan Su with some kind of hope of ours. For some time now, I've dreamed of setting out in these turbulent times, dashing through the land along with warriors of prominence.
So I've noticed that I noticed this a while ago, but some voice actors in this game make more mistakes than others. Some are better than others are.
And I did become involved with many such individuals, but among them, Lord Xuan Su was simply on another level. I knew I could entrust him with my aspirations and concentrate fully on my efforts to realize them. So, that's my story. I'd like to hear yours whenever you feel ready to tell it. I really went on there for a while. Regardless, as we're fighting under the same flag, wouldn't it be best to be on friendly terms? Ah, that's just what I was hoping to hear. You know, I'm actually feeling a bit overwhelmed here. Despite being a newcomer, I've been given an important task, laying the groundwork for the Sun clan. To accomplish that, I will need to rely on the opinions of those who have traveled throughout the land, like yourself. As such, I'd really appreciate it if you'd join me in discussion from time to time. It would be like a secret strategy council. You'd really be doing me a favor. It's been some time since we lost Lord Swansue. Looking back on those days, I barely ever had time to catch my breath.
I do like Lu Su as a character, so I find it kind of unfortunate that his voice actor, at least with Sun Tzu's name, makes the same mistake pretty much every time.
I lost the leader I entrusted with my dream. And I didn't even have time to fall into despair about his death. But the flames of hope still burn within my heart. That dream hasn't completely disappeared yet. Yes, those are my true feelings. I'm a bit inexperienced with this, so you must forgive me. At some point, this dream of mine shifted into one I share with you, with everyone. That being said, if we're to actually realize this dream, we must begin by seeing the facts as they are. And with that, let's move to our topic of discussion today. U remains unstable. The work of those serving the kingdom is to reinforce its foundation. But the mountain of threats surrounding it cannot be ignored. Our citizens already have their hands full. Why don't we focus on what's outside our borders? Think of those who would raise their blade at U. Are there not a great deal of warriors who come to mind? More than anyone else, it's Cao Cao we must be wary of. If we don't take proper precautions, this kingdom will eventually be devoured. One plan would be to divide the land in two with Cao Cao and fiercely protect our territory. However, whether we do so through negotiation or by force, the first thing we'll need is allies. Capable ones who are able to contend with Cao Cao. Ah, just as I thought. A friend with keen and discerning insight. How dependable. So, tell me about your experiences. I'd like to hear about the great warriors you have faced and befriended. This evening's Strategy Council meeting has only just begun.
So I'll probably do one more character after Lu Su, so I'll finish Lu Su and then do some Bond conversations.
Thanks for coming. I wonder how many times I've invited you here like this. I've been wanting to hear your thoughts recently. And this Strategy Council meeting made a good pretext for that. I have no other reason for asking you to come here today. I just wanted to express my gratitude. Haha. There's no playing the fool. Have you already forgotten about the alliance with Liu Bei's forces? Your fate and mine are intertwined now, and your ties with Liu Bei are what brought this alliance into being. Relying on your expertise was the correct move. Lord Zhou Yu said the same thing, you know. Unwilling to claim credit, I see. Well, I suppose you could indeed say that the alliance resulted from Lord Sun Quan's decision. But now, the real battle will begin. Cao Cao's forces are immense, and as such, we are constantly overwhelmed. Our alliance with Liu Bei's forces just about put us on an equal footing. And yet, I have suggested sending everyone to their deaths so that Wu may remain standing. It's clear that the days to come will be filled with terror. How do you think things will turn out? A definitive statement. So you have more faith in Wu than I have, then. Surely Lord Sun Quan also thrusts himself into the fray with similar sentiments. Sorry for boring you with such talk. I had lost confidence in myself and was dwelling too long on the negatives. But thanks to your words, I can feel truly proud of my decision. There's no doubt we shall realize this dream we've worked toward. We'll prove it to everyone, far and wide. We have the talent and skill to make it happen.
I don't really understand how you even make the mistake of Sun Quan and Sun Ce becoming Swan Quan and Swan Ce. I didn't remember that Sun Ce had 5 bond conversations. I guess I'll do it anyways.
I heard that you aided Xiangxiang and my father in the past. I appreciate your support now, too. The Sun clan needs more people like you. Please keep fighting for our side. Well, we can't afford to let our guard down. There are many who wish to take the Imperial Seal from us. Now that I think about it, my father was very brave to keep such a thing. But I suppose that's just the kind of man he is. After all, they don't call him the Tiger simply because of his prowess in battle. Once he sets his mind on something, he dashes forth with courage and vigor. The lesser beasts in his way can't help but clear a path for him. He really is. I think that disregard for danger runs in the family. My tendency to run wherever my feet take me comes from my father. I also tend to trip and fall quite a bit along the way. Zhou Yu is always scolding me for it. I wish I possessed some of Chuan's composure. Unlike me, he's always thinking things through. You should get to know him if you get the chance. All right, it's settled. It seems the Sun family is going to be enjoying your company for a long time yet. As long as you are here, the Tiger Stronghold will be impenetrable. I'm sure of it. My father will lead the way, and we will support him with all our strength.
Brother, we're ready to move out.
Let's hurry back to Shouchun. You need to give Yuan Shu news of our victory.
Yes, you're right. Xuan, Xiangxiang, forgive me. You've been forced to fight in this campaign at my behest.
Brother.
No, brother. It's all right. You shouldn't blame yourself. We are a family, and we're in this together. Besides, we always go into battle with firm resolve.
Right. Our minds are made up. We must reunite with our comrades, no matter who we have to fight.
Thanks, you two. It saddens me that we've all been split up, but having the two of you with me gives me courage. I'm sorry, but can you go on ahead? I'll come along soon, I promise. Be prepared to ally with beasts and overcome all obstacles. Father, I'm doing the right thing, aren't I?
Sun Ce, this is the first game where we really see Sun Ce show any uncertainty in the decisions he's making.
I've handed the Imperial Seal over to Yuan Shu. Though Father gave his life to protect it, I have to admit I don't regret letting it go in the slightest. Now we've gotten back what's important. Our freedom, our pride, and our comrades. Losing all that made me realize that without power, you can't protect anything. That's why I want to establish a domain here in Jiangdong, as a place where we can grow strong enough to protect what we cherish. I know we still have a long road ahead of us, but will you stand by me all the same?
You don't even need to ask.
Indeed, our resolve is as hard as iron.
As vassals of the Sun Clan, all of us are ready to follow you to the very end.
That's good to hear. I'm glad to have found such reliable allies.
By the way, brother, I haven't seen Shang around.
Our sister should be returning soon enough, along with another ally of ours.
Who might that be?
So, we're here.
Ah, good.
So, you're willing to fight alongside us, then? That's good to hear. We're glad to have someone as dependable as you in our ranks.
That should be everyone.
Yes. It's true that we're starting over from nothing. But with all of you, I know we can accomplish our goal. I will do my best in whatever way I can. But I'm also counting on each of you.
I have finished Zilawan. He has survived, though he is still unconscious. Such deep wounds would have spelled death for most. It seems he was born with an exceptionally strong constitution. But I must say, even if the wounds do heal, I'm not sure if he will ever be able to fight the same. I must ask you something. Do you intend to let Lord Sinsua go into battle again? Knowing him, he will not wait for his wounds to heal before heading back onto the battlefield. His impatience will be the death of him. I will make sure he gets enough rest, no matter what either of you say. No matter what. I think we should tell everyone that Lord Sentua has died. That would make those pursuing him withdraw. I know that I'm being impertinent, but as a doctor, I am duty-bound to put my patient's life above everything else. Please, you mustn't tell anyone the truth.
That wasn't really a conversation with Sun Ce.
Sorry to come so suddenly. I know you must be busy, but I just wanted to see you and to thank you. So much so that I couldn't wait. I am so grateful for your aid that day. You saved my life, and while I've been away, you watched over my family and our realm all this time. I cannot thank you enough. Yeah, I want to go back right away, but returning to Umnao would cause nothing but unnecessary trouble. I will remain in hiding for a little while longer. And Chuen, Zhou Yu, and the others are handling everything so well. I can leave matters in their hands with confidence. Just between you and I, I've had this feeling about the future since we were all still together. I think that Chuen will, in fact, be the one to leave a lasting mark on the world going forward. He is truly the fiercest tiger of Wu. He keeps his eyes wide open and thinks long and hard. He always chooses the right path forward. That is his gift. Well, that's what big brothers are for. And I'm sure that you've noticed it too, right? The strength that resides within him and no one else. Well, I've fought with everything I have to get here. I do not believe that the path I left for the others will go to waste. But I cannot deny the burden I have left on the others by recklessly charging forward. I wonder what Chuen and the others would say if they saw me now. Of course they would. That, coming from you, solidifies it as the truth for me. It's time for me to stop dragging out my inevitable return home. I'll have to get my body back into top form to start. And then, I'll think of what I can do when I get there. For Wu, for my family. Which is why, once I figure out what I'm supposed to do, I want you there by my side. I may have to stay in the shadows for now, but I can still show off for you.
Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.